Hey guys, welcome back. So I just tried to watch today's video and I realized that something I did made it so I don't have any sound. So everything that I told you about quartz and about fabric, I was talking to myself, I guess. So I'm just making a quick video to show you guys what I was trying to show you back there. So we are heading out to the quartz factory right now. So, and there's nothing really overly spectacular about the quartz factory. What I've got is I've got two Mark, I think Mark II? Yeah, these are two Mark II miners, both set up, pulling out 240 quartz per minute. Although it's on a Mark III belt, so if we take a quick look at this, a Mark III belt only moves 270 resources per minute. So we're far overwhelming that belt at 240 resources per minute. So we're just under 500 or 480 resources per minute on a belt that only holds 270. We now have Mark V belts. So if this quartz was actually moving at any rate, I would update everything here so that we got more quartz per minute available to us. But we don't really need it right now, so I'm not going to. And the thing that we can take a look at is, so if I look at the parts, it seems like these parts actually show up as you get them. So, you know, in the order in which you unlock them in, which is kind of interesting. Just looking at this now, though, I'm not, there we go. So there's a couple of things, really general things that you get from quartz. You can get quartz crystal, which is used for a couple of things. One of which being silica. Silica is actually quite important. Silica is used a lot in the production of aluminum, so that's really quite important. And then, to be honest, we really should pull up Satisfactory calculator if we want to look at quartz. So, because this really helps us. This really helps you plan what to do with different things. So, raw quartz can be turned into quartz crystal and silica, essentially. And there are some alternate recipes that you can use also. I think I'm just using the basic ones. Then if you look at quartz crystal is necessary for the crystal oscillator, which we're going to need a lot of actually quite soon. By the way, I'm Rob from the future. I'm like, I think I'm a week ahead of you guys right now. So in a week, you'll probably see us using the crystal oscillator and the shatter rebar. The shatter rebar we're really only use to unlock other things. But the most important thing that they're used for is the signs. You need quartz crystal for your signs, and your signs are absolutely critical to a factory that you can actually get around in and understand. Yeah, I can't stress that enough. And then if you look at the silica is used for the alumina solution that's used for aluminum. And I guess it also unlocks blade runners, which are quite important too. So that's kind of it for the quartz. But now we're going to take a quick run over. Let's see where we are here. Yeah, so we're actually pretty close to our oil refinery here. So we're going to take a quick run over our oil refinery, because the other thing that we talked about in the other video was making fabric. Now, fabric, there's two ways to make fabric. One is by collecting the mycelia, and I think you probably saw me doing that in the other one, going around and picking up mushrooms, basically. And then that gets turned into, the mycelia gets turned into fabric. But doing it that way is essentially doing it by hand. Oh, did I just hit a dead end? I honestly have never tried to get through here before, so I'm kind of finding my way. Woohoo! That was 2 bubbles of health right there. It comes back fast enough. There we go. I hate doing things by hand. So I am not doing things by hand. So the other way to get fabric is by getting a polymer fabric. And you get the polymer fabric, you get plastic polymer by making rubber. I think, yeah, I think it's just rubber that you get it from. Is it rubber? No, it's not rubber. It's turbo fuel, or not turbo fuel, but fuel, packaged or fuel for packaged fuel. You make fuel out of oil, and it gives you a polymer resin. That polymer resin can then be used to make fabric. And if you see up top there, these are all the conveyor belts that are coming out of the oil refinery now, and we've got 5 different conveyor belts. One's got plastic, one's got rubber, one's got packaged fuel, one has, the second from the top I believe has the fabric, and the top one has circuit boards. But if you want to make, so you need fabric in order to make gas mask canisters, and eventually you'll need gas mask canisters in order to make nuclear or radiation canisters, essentially. They're radiation filters, I guess, that you use with your radiation suit to avoid radiation damage. So that is over here. And it's actually reasonably simple to do. So from your oil, so your oil comes in this side. Oh no, that's your rubber. It's over here. So your oil comes in this side, and you make your fuel, and it has a byproduct of polymer resin. The polymer resin gets fed over to the second refinery, and that makes fabric. It also needs water. And that simply outputs fabric. And that is idle right now. And I think that it's idle. Oh, actually, I can hover now. Oh yeah, look at that. That's idle because we're all the way backed up. So you know what I'm going to do? While we're sitting here, I am going to pump that down. So I don't want it to be idle, right? Oh, look at that. I had it down here before. I must have turned it off. I'm going to do this. I think I actually took the spot for this one. I think that was in there before. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another merger here. And there we go. So there's no reason to have your production stopped. I mean, the only thing that it costs is electricity, really, because everything else is just coming out of the ground, right? So if I go back up top, we can actually check our electricity. Just have to find a power pole. There we go. So our electricity currently, our production is at 44.46. Our capacity is 46.96, and our consumption is only at 26. So we got 2K more than we're using, although our max possible consumption is 53.39. So technically, if everything turned on at the same time, it could shut us all down, but Not a big deal because it's highly unlikely for that to ever happen. So we're now producing fabric again, and that is just going directly into the Awesome Sync, and the Awesome Sync currently has 138 coupons in it. You'll see me in the regularly scheduled episodes. I don't have quite that much, but you look at this now, and it's what's that? Over 3 million per coupon. So this just started. So probably about 3.1 ish or 3.2 million points per coupon right now when we're up this high. So that is my quick little Quartz and Fabric update since the regular daily stream or daily video had no audio on it. I apologize for that, but we'll see you guys on tomorrow's. Bye guys.